Um, this has been a long-awaited webinar, and I'm pretty excited about it. We've done a lot of security updates over the past, within 2023, and they've slowly been rolling out. And right now is a great time to check them all out at once. We're pretty much set for 2024 with our security and employee management, but of course, there's always going to be little feature updates here and there. I'm gonna go here for a second. All right. So this is our agenda, and I'm just gonna get right to it. Hi, I'm Genny Finck. I'm the VP of Customer Success. I've been at Everflow for 5 years. I am based in San Francisco in the beautiful Tender Knob. If you know the area well, you will know what I mean. A couple of fun facts. I started working for Everflow while I was living in Amsterdam, and I got to build the European team for for customer success, and that's also choosing people, of course. No, it's a great team there. If you haven't had a chance to meet them or talk to them, they're very smart. Um, Second fun fact is Kristen Livermore slash Haynes, because she got married, is she's the director of onboarding. I knew her since college, and we just randomly figured out that we were in the same industry when we got invited to a bachelorette party through our work emails. We were like, "What? No way!" And we had been working together at companies, so then we switched it. We could be the contacts. So that's been fun. She's been uh, my support person during conferences for a very long time. All right. So security. I want to also understand what your security concerns are. I'm thinking that at the end of this, I'll ask this question again, and you can let me know in case I haven't touched on anything. I mean, in case I haven't touched on exactly what your concerns are. Ooh, I need more coffee. All right. Um, Legal privacy and security. This is a pretty important topic. We are GDPR compliant, which is a European compliancy. And this is why your IP addresses are included with any of the IPs in Europe. But of course, if you need the full IPs, you can ask us, but we just can't legally show them in mass like this. Then we also are SOC 2 compliant as of 2023, which also just shows you our extra layer of security. Um, so yeah, and we can, if your company needs to know that we're SOC 2 compliant, we can send them all the information required. The difference is GDPR is about what Everflow does with data, and SOC 2 is about what Everflow does in terms of employees and security of the data. All right, best practices for network and employees in general. I know that you probably hear this a lot, but making sure your password is unique and difficult and changing is the number one thing you can do. It will it it will always work. And just so you know, your password for your login into Everflow, it's hashed, salted, and it's never stored in plain text. So it is impossible for anyone to access the password from our server. No one's gonna be able to steal your password from Everflow. If it seems like someone no, sorry. So, in order to do the best password, you need to make sure there are special characters, and this one is the most important because not every platform, um, makes sure that their passwords are hashed and salted and not in text, is make your password unique for Everflow. We have had incidences where it turns out a different platform got all their passwords taken, and then that's how people got into Everflow, for example. It was a long time ago. We actually have extra security about this now, which I'll show you later. And just reset your password as soon as you think something's happened. And please deactivate old accounts. If Everflow sees that, network user ID 1 is not responding or their emails are bouncing, we'll reach out, but, that's about all we can do proactively. So please make sure that you deactivate all accounts. And they can also look through their you have login details, everyone does in their Everflow, so if they look through their login details and see, "Oh, that's a weird country or a weird time, I never did that," it's another great way to make sure no one's been logged in using their password. Okay, so these are some of the tools we added, mostly this year, some a little bit earlier than that. We have multi-factor authentication. We highly suggest that you get this turned on. This can be turned on also for your partner and advertiser logins. We use the Google Authenticator app, or you can opt in for SMS verification. All you need to do is reach out to support and let them know. You do need to be admin, um, an admin in order to do that. So the support team will let you know if you have permission to request that and who does have permission to request that. We also now are starting to send, browser detection notifications. This is when there's a login in a new browser that, yeah, you'll just get an email about it. You've probably been seeing those. I'll show you examples. This is our newest security. And then, you can also ask the support team, to set up the login timeout. So if it takes, X amount of times for the user to put in their password, then they just can't, and they have to wait 10 minutes. So the browser detection is automatically on right now for everybody, and the MFA and the login timeout, you'll need to ask support. A little bit about APIs, because an API key should be thought of as a password as well. It gives you access to make any of the changes and pull any of the data that you would be able to have in the UI. So this is why we have such high security around creating an API, and we don't let just any, permission level create them. Just like we don't let any permission level change other people's passwords or create them. Let me just see what's in here. So I'll answer that one in a minute. Yeah. Um, API keys or passwords? Yes, and we also have the IP whitelisting tool for API calls. So this is an added level of security where you can say, "Okay, I have given these employees, um, an API key, but they only work out of this IP address, this IP range. So anything outside of that IP range or address will be blocked from the change." And you can see here are images of that, and if you I can go in and show you what it is in Everflow itself. Alright, so we've been talking a lot about role permission as a way for security and also as a way for employment. Uh, Leah, I know your company is definitely aware of, the different roles that you can create, but it's good for everyone to just get a refresher because you have a lot of, um, control, a lot more than you probably would think if you just log in and creating accounts. So the admin user is the only one that can create oh, sorry, let me take a step back. There's accounts in Everflow, and that is your login, your network account, your network login, and then your account is associated with a role, and a role can be, created by the admin user, and they're able to take out certain permission levels or make certain, sections of Everflow just reading, sorry, or full, like, read write, and I can show you that after this presentation. Um, so, for example, you could have, your finance team only have access to, the invoices and the partners and that type of reporting. That's an example. You can also have contractors that are only visible to or can only see numbers, but they can see offers, but they are not allowed to edit the offers. There's a lot of use cases here. You can have as many roles as you like, and you just assign them inside the account of that network employee. And then we have employee history. And this is where you can see what your employees or you have changed within Everflow going back, I believe it's a year. You can modify the time frame, and that's also a great way to just say, okay, how did this payout get changed? How did this offer get changed? You also can see those histories within an offer, within a partner, um, within an advertiser as well, if you need it narrowed down. These are the security notifications that you get now. So we are making we are redoing these notifications, especially the API one, to look fancy like the one on the left, but the one on the left is a browser detection email, and the one on the right is, when an API key has been added. Alright, let me go back, and so SSO, that's single sign-in opt-in, I believe? Leah's asking, will we have SSO soon? Um, I know that we have it in the roadmap. It's not in the roadmap, I'm sorry. I know that it is definitely a feature that we have discussed and that we understand the importance of it, but I will have to get back to you to know if it is in the roadmap and where it is at this moment. Um, yes. So let me get back to you on that. And let's see, does anyone have any other questions about what I just went over or would like to see it, yeah, would like to see anything within the Everflow interface? Otherwise, I get to pitch our fun actually, we have 2, new betas. Well, one's out of just got out of beta. I'd like to talk about those. So one is Everflow Pay. It is no longer in beta, but it just got out of it. I'm sure you've seen a lot of, like, marketing around it. Um, it's pretty awesome. It's a separate login so that you could control how to pay your partners. Right now, this is only available, between US bank accounts and US bank accounts. We do work with a third party that we can set you up with and manage, if you need to work outside of the US like that. Basically, you have a wallet and it funds it, and then you can, simply pay your partners all using Everflow instead of having to go out and go use QuickBooks or some third party like that. Also, it will help we have a separate login so your partners can also see this all of their invoices as well as, change their banking details or whatever however they wanna get paid. There's a lot more information about that. If you look up Everflow Pay in the help desk, there's an entire, collection of articles and FAQs, and please check it out, or just, hit up support and say you're interested, and we'll make sure you get to talk to the right team about that. The second beta is a free beta right now. It's gonna be part of the package later on. It's the Google Ad Cost integration. So if you already are using the Google Ad integration, you will have access to this right now in your login. And what it does is bring in your cost data from Google. There's a really great article about this as well that gives step by step with pictures on how to set this up. What we ask is that you give us feedback, please, when using it, because we want to make it better for you. Currently, we have a few people in beta, and our own marketing team is using it, and they love it. It's pretty amazing. We just had a webinar about this as well, so, you can check out the help desk to find the webinar section and watch that, or you can always hit up support. We're there to help. Um, where in the world is Everflow? So the team just got back from Bangkok, and our next big event is going to be in Vegas for ASW, and we are sponsoring this wonderful happy hour along with Leah, I believe. Um, yeah, it is. So if you would like to RSVP, just reach out to support again, or reach out to Leah from and we can yeah, and we'll get you on that list. I will also be there, so you can schedule calls with me, and I'm a much better conversationalist when it's, like, I'm not just talking to myself, so it'd be a great meeting. And there's also people coming from our marketplace team as well as Everflow Pay team. So depending on who you would like to talk to, just reach out to support and ask. And then they'll send you the link to set up a meeting. So I think that's it.